Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back, Attack. I'm Skyland Shore, and I already attempted to try to do a first impression, but holy crap, did this game glitch out my recording software. However, I can say that the game is actually running really well. But anyways, so, normally I like to do these super duper live first impressions. However, you know, luckily, I actually really enjoyed this game. I just kind of wish you guys could have saw my live reaction. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but whatever, we're going to go back into this game. I'm going to show you the customization, I'm going to show you the different characters, I'm going to show you all about the game, and we're going to make this short and sweet. It is still going to be a live first impression. It's just not as live as I would like it, you know? So anyways, I got to my level 6 here with my Cannoneer, but we're gonna go create a new character here. We got the Evoker, which is essentially the Elementalist from like Guild Wars 2 in an action RPG setting. As you see, it's got big, giant, kind of like epic attacks, some CC oriented. It's really kind of balanced, seemingly. I haven't played it to max level or anything like that. But one thing that you're gonna notice is that all these characters actually do a huge amount of AoE. But anyways, basically, aesthetically, mechanically, you know, switch between elements and stuff. You have some weird play with the elements, but basically, Elementalist from Guild Wars 2, that's the Evoker. Next on, we're to the Berserker. Berserker is going to be very archetypal. Like it's the Barbarian from Diablo 3, okay? So just, you know, since that game is also in the action RPG setting, it's going to be very, very similar to that. Okay, there's even a spin to win ability, and it seems like maybe he kind of has like a fire affinity somewhat, so, you know, there is that. But basically, the Barbarian from Diablo. There might be some differences. Remember, I haven't played all the way to the endgame, so, you know, just saying. Shadow Hunter, actually, not only does this character look just like Castonyx without the horns from Terra, you know, just like in every way, like look at this costume, but the class itself, the Shadow Hunter, looks mechanically, aesthetically, just like the Slayer class from Terra as well, so deep inspiration with that. And then we have the Cannoneer, which actually really reminds me of the Tinkerer in Dragon Nest, which is an action RPG as well, but it's from over the shoulder and it's more physics-based. Cannoneer actually had a lot of fun with, but I guess we're going to go jump in. We're going to go play the Shadow Hunter this time around, so we're going to go hit next, and here's the customization. Each of these guys, and it is gender lock, guys, these are characters. Even though it says classes, they're really characters, so you can't switch between male or female, and you can't change their features too much. You can preview some costumes, so here's the artwork for those costumes, and here's naked. You can choose their faces, which to me personally, I don't think changing the face really does too much in a top-down action RPG. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. You know, it's going to be more like the hair and skin tone. That's really what's going to kind of change your character, and of course the armor that you get. I would have liked to have seen a voice, so we're going to call this guy Skylant. I'm going to show you the different hairstyles. You don't have too many hairstyles, so yeah, they're kind of predictable hairstyles, but they look pretty decent. They look pretty good. So we're just gonna go with this guy right here. This looks pretty similar to my hairstyle. You know, games almost never get like blonde really right. It looks more yellow. It doesn't really have the shine or the fade to white. You know, like blonde people have from brown to white hair. So I'm just saying, nitpicking because I am blonde. You get some tattoos. You know, it doesn't really matter. I would still, and you can change the pupil, which even at this like stage right here, I can barely tell. Is that cat eyes? Because it doesn't really, not feeling that exactly. Okay, anyways, so there is that. No sliders to be seen. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna create the character there. There is our character Skylant. We are gonna connect. There is going to be a cutscene. I am going to skip the cutscene. It is a really awesome motion graphic, like digital art kind of cutscene. It looks really good, and there is some. At the moment, it is, yeah, okay. Native language. No subtitles. Also, there is voice acting in the game. Some of it seems good. Some of it seems obviously placeholder. So if you do get into the game, you know, be aware of that. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to talk about as we get into this game. So here's Alara. She's going to kind of help us out. This is a tutorial sort of thing going on here, guys. Let's go move over here real quick. As you can see, it's a painted backdrop. You might be familiar with League of Legends, also does this technique, where it is a 3D environment, but the backgrounds are these really awesome, like, sweeping landscapes. This looks really good. I do appreciate this. I appreciate this very, very much. It looks very nice. And also the textures and everything are just, like, overall, good enough quality. The trees could maybe use some work. I don't know. Overall, I mean, the game's quality just seems pretty freaking good, pretty polished, and original enough, okay? I'm going to say original enough, because it's just done well enough. Then again, the inspirations for the classes and characters were tremendously obvious, so there's that. We talked to that guy. As you can see, we have a normal questing system, even though this is just a tutorial. I did get past the tutorial, and I do know that once you get into the towns and, you know, play with players, and you get into the actual world of Devilian, yes, you do have usual questing. It's not like Path of Exile. Alright, so we have our one ability. You don't have auto attacks. I was wondering if that was just from Cannoneer, but it seems like everything is going to be very ability based. So it really does feel kind of skillful. It feels at least visceral, you know? It feels pretty action packed, and I do appreciate that. So it's not instant turning for those of you who play MOBAs competitively or a ton of action RPGs. You don't have instant turn. You do have a turn rate, but it's snappy and polished. As you can see here, there doesn't seem to be any sort of latency, and I really appreciate that. Alright, so let's go kill this mysterious priest. We gotta kill these grunts. We just start out with one ability, but by the end of this tutorial, we should have 3 abilities, and we do have a roll ability. So we kind of do like a little flippity cartwheel, and it looks pretty good. We do have a resource here, energy, which is actually different. Each class has different resources, if I remember correctly from... Yeah, I think I had vigor for the Cannoneer. So let's kill this thing. Yep, dodge the indicators. There's going to be a lot, even though this is a tutorial and it is easy. I can say though that running through this, it feels good. Like I feel like I can already see the potential for the game. So we got an inventory, and overall, you know, looking at this UI and the UI down here, it does seem like it takes a lot of MMO pointers. Like there's a lot of room for abilities. Yeah, there's some cheesy voice acting there. Our character is a Devilian apparently as well. I'm not exactly sure what a Devilian is. As you can hear, the characters of the game the NPCs are calling out to us as a Devilian. So I think we're kind of like, I don't know, do we have like devil powers or something? I did not look that, you know, into it. Because when I do first impressions, if I happen to like a game, I don't want to spoil anything. So I just kind of look into the game at, like, mechanics-wise and user experience-wise. So we got a new ability. There's our AoE freaking Shadow Shurikens, looking epic. So normally when I play a roguish or a type of character, I expect it to be single target based, assassination based, sneakity sneak, and I do believe that that is still this archetype, but you know, as soon as the game starts, we get some crazy big abilities, and that's for all classes, guys. So I think that's pretty interesting. There's no time to waste, so we have this character kind of helping us out on our little adventure here, just for the tutorial. Later on, we will get a pet, though. We get a pet corgi, at least if you buy a certain package. You might get different pets, but there are pets in the game, and they do have different bonuses. The corgi, for instance, acts kind of like as an extra bag, as an extra inventory slot. Okay, so we got some more gloves. We can attach the gloves. Nice backgrounds. I just do. I like whenever they have different types of mediums for the arts. Let's see. The new action RPG Tree of Savior is doing that, where like the characters are all 2D sprites, but the monsters are 3D, and like the world itself is 3D. And I love the mixing of that. Duelist, the new competitive card game, does that. I don't know. I like it. I like mixing 2D and 3D. I don't think it's shitty. I think you can do it tastefully, and I think this game does it. Yeah, we can roll, but probably shouldn't have rolled right into that dude. Might want to take out these shamans. Let's take out these shamans. I don't know what they're capable of, so let's throw these out here. Now, one thing to consider is that even though it seems like I'm skill-shotting everything, I think it's more of a case kind of similar to the Elder Scrolls Online, where, like, it is, like, you do have to aim, but you just kind of have to aim in the general directions. So if my mouse is here, but an enemy is over here, I believe that I can just press 1 with my mouse here, and then my character will actually home in on the mob. You know what I'm saying? Now, some abilities might be different, but for your main attack, your number 1, I do believe that it's sort of automatically aimed a little bit, kind of, sort of. Okay, let's go in through here, travel to the Inner Sanctum, let's go. Press Z to zoom in on your character. Let's see. I don't believe you can... I heard... I was watching an MMO bomb stream, and I think there is actually a first-person mode, you know, just for, like, I guess, filming. Let's press Z. Okay, so Z, you can get, like, really close in here and start to really appreciate your character. It's still not as good as Dragomon Hunter, though. Dragomon Hunter, I just love how fluid it is to actually have your camera pan in all the way. Like, you could even play over the shoulder in that game, but however, since this is an isometric action RPG, can't really do that. Now, I can say that looking at this game and playing it, no, I'm not feeling like it's going to be as good as Lost Ark. I really don't. If you guys know what Lost Ark is, then you're probably... this game might hold you over until Lost Ark comes out, basically, if it actually does come out to the West. Lost Ark looks fucking fantastic. This game, though, it seems pretty okay. Its story is obviously not its strongest point, but it actually does exist, though. It apparently, you know, there is a story. ELOA did not have a story whatsoever. Dragon Hunter is like basically no story, same thing. This game actually does kind of have a story. I would say it's not Path of Exile or Diablo 3 level of story, but it's not horrible. Still, though, it's definitely going to be an arcade action RPG. You are going to be going and dungeon diving and, you know, just doing uproarious, crazy abilities, grinding out hundreds of monsters. But at the same time, I think this game actually does that very well. Normally, tutorials and dungeons are really freaking short, but it's brief, but I get the feeling that dungeons might be a little bit longer. For those who have actually played lots of dungeons, please let me know if I'm right or wrong about that, but I feel like these dungeons actually might be substantial. At least the boss fights are pretty cool. You know, there's tons of skill shots that you need to dodge, you know, all these ground-targeted abilities, and it's pretty cool. You got to actually react to that. So let's do the deeps here. Oh, we got a right-click ability now. So it's a big, heavy attack that we have to aim. All right, we got some loots. Always. And I love how the loot is automatically picked up for a lot of it. You know, like the gold and stuff. Dragon Nest could take pointers on that for serious. Okay. Kill these things. Oh, yeah, we got to destroy this thing to stop those from being summoned. All right, and we move on. Defeat Malik in the Inner Sanctum because he stole that one magi person. My mana is full. Let's go. G to G. All right, let's kill these cannibals here. Are they cannibals as in, like, are they humans that were transformed and then are now cannibals? Or do they eat other demons? Because why would other demons work together with the cannibal demons? I don't know. I don't know, man. Anyways, so here we go. Do some damages. So our main attack, yeah, I don't know if different classes have different main attacks, but for the most part, they seem to be all single targets. I don't know if the Berserker has a cleaving auto attack, or they're not really auto attacks. It's a number one. Let's see, maybe our left click or our right click. Yeah, okay, our right click is AoE. There we go. But yeah, every class has like totally different abilities, though they all kind of share in common. Yes, you do have tons of AoE damage. Oh yeah, and by the way, this game is a little bit sexualized. Just a little bit, guys. But hopefully it's still fun. Yeah, that's pretty silly and corny voice acting. Yeah, overall, I mean, I'm not in love with it like I was Path of Exile. Path of Exile, I literally did listen to I read everything I could. Like, I was absolved into the lore. But for this game, it just seems like action. It's more on the action side versus the RPG side. You know what I'm saying, guys? But it's doing it right. Oh, dodge that. Dodge that. There we go. Yeah, we're doing good. Dodge it, dodge it, dodge. Yeah, I already fought this guy before, so, I mean, I'm just going to handle it, man. Get the silver, get the loots. Reached level 6. And we saved Ilara! Yay! We saved the Sanctum Guardian! Yay! And we get the loots, and then we're going to go to Windbrook Village. This is where we actually go into the game, guys. So, here we are. This is Devilian, guys. Now, I don't know if there's different hub towns or not. Like, Dragon Nest kind of does that. It has, like, tiers of hub towns, like 1 to 15, and then, like, 20 to 30, and then, like, level 40, you get into, like, the big city. Anyway, so here we are, and this is the usual questing. This is where I am with my other character. I didn't go much further than this. And, yeah, Fall Shady Snake Breach. And then, you got some, whatever, you got some usual peoples here. You got your merchant, you can sell some items, whatever. And, let's see, let's go put on some cool clothes, man. There we go, we got some unique clothing. Get the put on the undershirt, stuff like that. If you have a pet, you can equip the pet. You also have mount. Yeah, you have different mounts in this game. I have a polar bear on my other character. So we can run over here, talk to the nurse. You can move with WASD. Let's actually talk about controls for a little bit, guys. You can move with WASD if you want to, and then use your mouse. But I like to click, because I'm used to that because of MOBAs. So, you know, that's my thing. Overall, the game looks pretty good. There are some issues or instances, like if I move my camera a certain way, you might be able to see like the edge of the map, like right there. You can kind of see the edge of the map and, you know, stuff like that. But the game's not meant to be played like that. So really, this is just for like screenshots and, you know, just kind of hanging around town. But it is played as a top-down action RPG, and I think it looks good in that sense. Do know, though, that, I don't know, the game... It's good. It's good. I think, yeah, just know the game is good. I guess that's all I wanted to say. Real quick, though, before we leave, you guys saw the mechanics. You guys saw some of the different classes. One thing that you don't know is the item shop. So let's go look at the item shop. Now, I already looked at this, and, man, I already did my first impressions on this. But I do know for a fact that it's not... I don't think it's pay to win. I looked it over, and I don't think it's pay to win. You have okay, this is something that we need to talk about. You don't have anything that's going to give you just straight up like stronger attack damage or something. It's not like you have to spend money in order to buff up your character to take on a certain dungeon. However, there is this though: stamina, energy, momentum. It's called a couple of different things in a couple of different games, mainly on mobile devices. But basically, what this device is used for is to stop people from spamming dungeons, mainly bots, okay, and just farming dungeons over and over and over again, and basically ruining the economy. So they implement a stamina system, so you can only do so many dungeons, so many times a day. However, most games do it so that, like, you do 5 dungeons. To do that 6th dungeon, you're gonna have to spend money. Like, they basically do it to make money. And it inhibits players. In this game, though, I don't know how it's done. I don't know if it's really there to, for them to make money, or if it's there to just kind of counter bots. So, there is that. Other than that, you can just get some things that sort of expedite you. You have boosts, or you have increase XP, gold earnings. Everything pretty much seems kind of boosty, That so far. You could just go ahead and buy a mount, whatever. It doesn't seem like anything is super duper pay to win, though, then again, just the first impressions. However, I did already look through this and, feeling pretty good about it. Okay, other than that, we have our character system. It doesn't seem like we can level up anything individually. There's not too much with customization in that sense. We just have our class, and you have your different equipment. I imagine later on, no, there is actually, it seems like in the shop, there is something called, let's see, it's called functionality, right? Okay, we have a skill page expansion slot, grants an additional skill page. I think skill pages might essentially work as sort of like talent trees or talent configurations. So I think that there are different stuff like that. There is an arena. That's pretty cool. Looking for party system, inventory, quests. Yeah, you have your usual questing and stuff like that. So let's look at the skills here. Devilian skills. Okay, so I need to reach Devilian level 1. So those are probably extra, more specialized skills. Here's our normal skills, and you do have like a little tree you can kind of customize through that. It is no Path of Exile, that's for sure, but there is at least something. It looks somewhat linear, and it kind of reminds me of Dragon Nest, but, we'll see. Somebody has to actually play this game, like actually get to endgame to really find that out. So if you're somebody who really likes customization with your character, I don't think that this is the game. You're going to want to go play Path of Exile. Okay, we got achievements, and I don't know what the talisman is. I have no idea what this system is, and I think we have really reached all of the game. We can go into the options, and I can prove that I played it all on max, basically. All they have is good, and a lot is normal. Maybe that'll change whenever the game goes to gold or fully releases, but for the most part, this is what the game's going to look like. This is like, the max settings that I could play it at, and for me, it looks pretty good, and it runs really well. It definitely runs better than ELOA, absolutely, and it definitely looks better, at least to me. And it also has a lot of action. Maybe not as many monsters on the screen, but I don't know, it's kind of debatable. That was just a tutorial we ran through. Basically, I'm just kind of talking at your faces, and I'm trying to explain, I'm trying to be harsh on the game, but the truth is that it's not that bad. I don't think it's that original, I don't think it's that exciting or innovative like Tree of Savior is going to be, which is actually made from the makers of Ragnarok Online, and is considered a Ragnarok spiritual successor, so Tree of Savior, I'm really keeping my eye on, and also Lost Ark. However, this is actually a really good in-between game. Like, there are some shitty B games, and then there are games that just happen to not be AAA, but are still, a good experience. You can go play it for a weekend, or, just kind of beat the storyline. Yeah, this is this game. However, if you're in it for the story, I don't think you're going to have that much fun. But still, if you get a friend on this game and kind of grind through it, it could be some fun. So please tell me in your comments below if you guys are playing this game, what you think about the end game, because I'm actually kind of considering playing it. It's not bad. It seems actually pretty fun. Thank you for watching. I'm Skyline Shore with Attack Gaming, and this was Devilian, a new online action RPG. And we will see you again next time. Welcome back, Attack. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 free-to-play MMOs for this year, for 2015. And I think across all the genres for free-to-plays, we've seen so much innovation in MOBAs, in MMOs, in like card games. We've seen so many new things this past year, and hopefully, maybe, probably so, 2015 is going to be just as exciting. This is our